What's your problem?
Yeah, like no CO problem, no sacrum problem. You do have a TH 16, 17, and 18. What do you have? Blood vessel problem, vascularization, possible worm embolism, celiac trunk, dunbar. So he was just rattling off some of these in class, and we're like, that would be good. So we thought, well, maybe over the next few days, like Francis could come up with a few of those.
Or we could each come up with one. That way Francis wouldn't have to come
Yeah,
up
so
with
that
all
Francis
of
wouldn't have
them.
to come up with all of them. We could each come up with one. Okay, we've got,
Because then we have to think about it too to create it.
yeah, that's true. So it may be better if we come up with. So then it'd be like, okay, if you've got a CO left, a CO left, a C3, C4 right, with TH9 through 16 with the right shoulder. Is it liver or is it stomach or whatever? Um, some of those, and I need to go back and like get in a chart to look
Yeah.
at like that. So
It's too bad Luann had such a nice big picture chart up um in her barn
really,
at the whole horse. Yeah, great big one that listed everything up.
Hey, boys, this is me in a meeting. I can't hear if you're yelling over there. Go play in your room or go finish the cleaning you're supposed to be doing.
a whole lot nicer way to do that than me having to holler enough and whack his butt. I should try that. Hey, Diesel and Gizmo.
I don't think it would work.
You can Kim, you
Wouldn't-
can also put them in the same t-shirt and make them work together in the same t-shirt.
That would probably not make it any quieter, would it? Oh, little dog. Yeah.
Picture Luann's like a picture of the spine. It had like all the things next to it.
Yep.
Because Yannick has one. I have a picture of it somewhere. He has it at the new classroom.
This
Yeah.
one, I got it. I got it.
Yeah, they also have that picture on the internet quite a bit when you look up sympathetic.
I've got it. I've taken the picture of the picture before, and then I took a picture of the picture again this class because I couldn't find it. This one?
Yeah, will you send that to me?
Yeah.
Yeah, that
Here,
looks pretty much like it.
I wonder if I can screen share so we can.
That one's a little less um easy to read, I guess.
Yeah.
The one that we saw was quite simple.
I don't. What is Zoom? Okay, whatever. Why is that my favorites? I don't know. Okay, that's not gonna work right now, y'all.
Yeah, we can just.
And my brain's not. Yeah. Okay, we're just gonna stop the screen share.
Manatees we got to see.
We did get to see manatees.
See them?
Nice.
Do what?
They swam under our kayak and almost tipped us over.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
So the one that he has in there is just like, T13, stomach, spleen, pancreas, liver, adrenal gland.
Yeah.
That's all. It's just the segments. I mean,
Yeah.
not just the segments, but it's, is that what you were talking about, Francis?
Yeah. But it's the one that you just showed is too much detail. You can't glance at that and solve the problem.
Yeah. Maybe we could.
Someone has a picture of it.
Who?
I just said surely someone.
Yeah.
I don't remember that though. Was it in the bathroom or no?
I don't know that it was at the new clinic. It may have just been at the old clinic.
Oh, at San Marcos.
May not have gotten to see it ever.
Yeah.
All right. How was watching Yannick work?
Good, very good.
Very good.
Okay.
Even sick, it was very good. He wasn't sick, I was sick.
Sure.
Even sick, it was very good. He did pretty much all of them rectals, didn't he? Without sedation, only one sedated. So that was interesting to see how he approached that. He fixed a dunbar. We had one with the dunbar syndrome. It was good. I took notes or whatever, like did sheets as he was calling things out and making notes and stuff. I need to go back through, but it was I thoroughly enjoyed it. I think y'all did too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was really good.
One thing that we liked was or we had commented on was how him and Ashley worked together on the horse.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
She did all of like the stifle, carpus, hawk, kind of a lot of that stuff, and then helped him adjust the necks and helped him adjust the spine with sticks, and he would just do like the hands part. And they were able to zip through horses, I mean, like crazy, and not like exhaust either one of them.
Yeah,
It was so cool. They
yeah.
really just worked it. Yeah, they worked as one unit, and it was really good.
Oh, yeah.
Mhm.
Good.
Ashley, anything that stood out to you?
Sorry, I was a little distracted. I'm watching my sister at San Antonio right now.
Oh,
Uh, uh, I think, yeah, it was cool that they could help each other and that he would have her do certain things and, um, just that, like, he could have them fixed like that. Like, that was really cool that he could just do all of it. And, um,
Were these Hollands at his place or was he at the farm?
Hollins.
Okay.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Okay.
they came.
Are they working with the vet for the rectals or just he's just doing it?
He was just doing it.
Oh,
He did
geez.
not do the sedating. That was the
Yeah.
owner. They knew
Yeah.
this horse. They had seen this horse before. She was a recheck, and they knew that she had to be sedated. And the
Mhm.
owner had the sedation, and she just came in and sedated her own horse. But the other horses that he did rectals on, he did not use any sedation.
Yeah,
Um,
and the one he didn't put in the stocks at all, and I thought he was gonna break his arm.
Yeah,
The horse kept trying.
actually, yeah, she tried to kill herself getting put in the stocks.
Yeah,
And
flipped over backwards.
yeah, like ended up in the corner in the wall.
Yannick thought
But
she broke her neck, but she didn't.
yeah, I think one of the bigger, like the cool things that I was impressed about too is like how he handled the one that he needed x-rays on. But like he kind of just kept like working around it and then eventually it got to where it felt right enough in his hands. Like obviously that's our field needs to develop for that, but like to get to a place like that and then also for as impatient as he says he is, but how much patience he showed, especially like the young mare that
Yeah.
did try to flip over, and then I was like biting my fingernails off, thinking that she was gonna break his arm when he was doing the rectal, and he was like, "It's not her fault. Like she wasn't coming for me. It's a learned behavior."
mhm.
And a lot of people I would think would get like pretty frustrated about it. And then even when the one lady was doing the old like schoolmaster horse and he was kind of frustrated with her and he was like, "Listen, like if you don't go get the other stuff, this stuff's not gonna go." And instead, like you're just going rounds with this horse and getting mad and like losing the battle essentially, you know.
That was
So just kind of finding
one of the
hmm?
students. That was one of the student horses that Ashley's talking about. That Heather Perillo was trying to school on during one afternoon session in the barn. Francis, it wasn't one. Yeah, you're right, Ashley. I was
I
just
got
telling
you.
Francis that was one. Heather Perillo was in there schooling on the horse, trying to, and Yannick finally went in there and was like, "Look, till you get everything else to move, you're not going to get this to move. She's going to keep doing this." So,
What were they trying to?
They were just trying to do a CV4,
CV4 and craniosacral stuff.
and that horse is just
Oh,
so
I see.
high sympathetic. And Yannick was like, "Well, you need to do the sacrum to be able to do, anything else."
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
pretty much it. Yeah, the horse would throw its head, and she would just try to hang on to him,
And she was bouncing. She sits back.
oh, it's terrible.
Yeah, it was getting to be a pretty big wreck in the stall.
Yeah, I thought she was gonna get. I don't know. I thought she was gonna get hurt.
Yeah,
I really did.
her or the horse.
That doesn't surprise me.
So yeah, Ashley, I agree with you on his patience. I thought that was really interesting. And watching that, of course, watching his flow and what he does, and he tests the whole horse first, both sides, and then comes back and starts making corrections from the back forward. So that was interesting to see. And that's how he wants us to test, is to do
Yep.
one side, test everything, and then come back and make corrections.
Good.
Ashley, oh, there was something else you were talking about that I was like, oh yeah. When he was working on horses.
Getting everything done at once.
Do what?
Getting everything done at once.
Like the rectals and all that?
Yeah, like just seeing like the immediate difference like that. Like whereas a lot of times we have like a lag between when we work on one and they get to go to the vet.
Yep.
Oh, yeah, yeah. And what you were saying about the one with the x-ray, how he was able to work around it. And I think I even asked him, I was like, okay, so you can feel this and you know that she needs an x-ray. They had one set of x-rays but didn't have what he wanted. And I said, if that was our horse, you kind of worked around it. Should we stop, there? And he said, you can go ahead. He said, you can go ahead and like test the rest of the horse and mobilize what you can, but just stay away from that part that you feel like needs the x-ray until you can get an x-ray. And he said, absolutely. That was more like, I don't recommend that we would be doing that, until we get our own feel.
Yep.
So that was
That's That's one thing like Miss Ashley has helped me with is like, yes, sending people off for x-rays obviously first, but if it's someone who you know is like probably not going to right away or whatever, doing like cookie stretches or something, like having the owner do them and make sure that they know how to do them right, but like try to gain just a little bit of mobility over time and then come back and retest. And if it still feels bad, then be like, listen, like I can't help this horse until you get it x-rays. But if it's better, then work from there, essentially.
Good.
That makes sense. We had a rather exciting week about the third day in, and Yannick saved a woman's life. Literally.
Shit.
Shit. One of the girls that's in class there, her name is Marissa. She's 25. Her mother is disabled, and she is her mother's caretaker. And she basically had a heart attack in the school building during one of our breaks. We were all down at the barn, and she basically had a heart attack. Marissa was there, Heather Brinkman, or was it Perillo?
Perillo.
Oh, Heather Perillo and Kristen Trotes was all up in the school building, waiting to use the bathroom when she collapsed, and she was totally unresponsive. She had said, I guess she had told her daughter, "I'm dying, I'm dying, I'm dying," and then she collapsed and was totally unresponsive. And Kristen ran down the barn and got Yannick. And when they got up there, Yannick said she had no pulse. Her eyes, her pupils were totally constricted. And he basically just did a CV4 on her. And she came to. Of course, they called 911, obviously. And he held the CV4 on her for quite a while. I don't know if it was until the ambulance got there, but until she came back and was speaking and her eyes cleared up. And they took her to the hospital. And Marissa said the doctors kept saying, we don't understand what we're seeing here with the test, because on one side, her blood work, like the tryptophan numbers were like 6,000 when they should be 30. Like all the blood markers said that she had a heart attack, but then there's no physical evidence of a heart attack or something like that.
Should be dead.
They
Like
all
all of her blood markers said she should be dead, had a heart attack, and should not be living. And they're like, we don't know how
Yeah.
she's.
Marissa said every time, because she'd come to class while her mom was admitted, and she said every time I go back, they keep saying, we don't understand how your mother's alive right now. Like, and we're like, well, we do.
Well, if you weren't sure about whether craniosacral worked,
Yep. That's exactly right. And it was really it shook Yannick up, obviously, for multiple reasons, but it really had him pretty shook that afternoon, evening, and you know, rightly so, rightly so. But that was that was it. It was really interesting. I was telling Cashlyn last night, I said, um, two things that stood out to me this week was um the progress of the class, that our class coming in, like from the beginning of the week to the end of the week, it was like a totally different class. Like we got
Your class or their class?
their class is one of the classes that never speaks to each other. They don't
Oh yeah.
interact. They don't know
Yep.
they know each other's
Yep.
names barely. They don't interact in the barn. They don't talk.
They all stay separate. Yeah.
They all stay separate. They go do their lunch. They come back. They don't ask Yannick questions. They don't, there's no discussion. And with six of us, I guess, Olivia, Heather, the three of us, seven of us in there from our class. By the end of the week, they were all like, we would go lay out at lunch in the sunshine and they'd come join us, and we're all laying out in the grass in the sunshine talking. And by the last day, when we left on Thursday morning, like the first day we got there, you walk into the classroom and it's just dead silence, like at the beginning of class. And you're like, wow. And by the time when we left Thursday, I walked in Thursday morning and everybody's talking just like it is in our class. That's how our class is. Everybody's talking, and it was like, first off, that's really cool. I hope that they continue that energy for the rest of the year and getting to know each other, And
Yeah.
then the other thing that really stood out to me was what a blessing it was that we got to see Yannick save somebody's life with craniosacral. Like you said, if you didn't think it worked before, here's your proof, But
I mean,
like
that's kind of drastic to arrange that for as a demonstration, but
really,
Yeah, I said
Mhm.
I wish somebody would have a fever,
Yeah.
I can practice on, but not quite to that extent.
not quite to that extent, but it was just like the fact that we were like there. We were witness. It was not like,
Mhm.
oh yeah, one time 15 years ago, so and so saved so, it was like, oh no, we were there,
Mhm.
and just the effects. And it was like, what a amazing, I don't know, amazing opportunity, or like, wow. Like, anyway,
Yeah.
that was just one of the thoughts I had. So there you go.
Well, I hope that Yannick has somebody that can work on him here in the States because I know what it felt like to have 3 concussions on board for the first 6 weeks of this year. I figured out who the third concussion was.
Yep.
But
Oh,
yeah, so to go through that and have that on his system, absolutely. He shook is barely what his body had to take on.
yeah.
So,
Yeah. And I hope he does too. I know he goes and sees Behici,
oh,
uh,
good.
and
Well,
then,
she can take care of that. That's fine.
yeah, if he'll go see her, who knows when that'll actually happen.
Right.
But, and then who else did he, oh, Gail. That's who he
Oh, good.
recommended for Julie's brother, was Gail Wetzler. So maybe during the conference coming up in May, he'll have, get one of them aside, somebody that can help him. Probably not, because there's going to be so much going on, but probably not. So anyway,
Okay,
yeah. Anyway,
good. Well, that's good. One of the things that I'm pleased to hear is that you guys are not completely overwhelmed after seeing Yannick work on horses.
we're not. Yeah.
Because it certainly could go that direction. And, the speed will come. The um that line of questioning and thinking will come faster. The putting the pieces together will come faster. And the more you do with your hands, the more you're going to be able to trust what your hands are going to be doing. So it's also a great opportunity to see how he wants you to test that horse. So that's fine. Good. Good, good, good. Let's see. I have stacks of paper that need to be filed. So this connection of visceral problems, super easy to take a look at.
What? You mean
What?
you have clients that have had visceral problems? And
Well, but what you're saying there, that's an interesting point that if it doesn't indicate that there's a visceral disorder, what are we seeing? So it's not visceral, but it's still vascular or it's still something else.
yes, I don't.
It's like they can't hear sometimes.
Yeah, I know. We had a good miner laid out. I had to spank Gizmo's little butt a little bit. We've had quite an interesting 24 hours here. Cashlin got in just in time last night to get to go bundle up and go look for diesel with us for what, 2 hours
Mm-hmm.
in the cold in the dark.
And he came back.
But that's good of him.
Yes, because
Where was he?
it was running with Tough
Mm.
out being a coyote dog.
Well, that's a good thing to do.
Yeah, when it's 20 degrees and you're short haired and it's
Yeah, and they say John had been looking for them since when? 5?
since about 5. And it was 8 when he came
Yeah.
back.
Mm-hmm.
About 8.
Yes.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Kim was a little.
All
Apparently,
right.
apparently a couple of us are all on borderline of like almost over the cliff burnout, even though we think we're doing pretty good. We apparently are not doing very well because our tissues are telling us we think we are here, but everywhere else is saying, no, no,
Yeah.
He told almost everybody from our class, like specifically the 7 of us or whatever, when he laid his hands on us to like check to see like if so and so was feeling the right thing or whatever. He told me, he's like, "Dang girl, you're stressed." And he told Kim, "You better be careful. You're on your way to a burnout." And I don't know what he said to Cashlyn. I don't remember, but I think it was along the same lines.
Yeah.
no. Yeah. He was like, you need
He said that I
ashwagandha.
was too stressed.
Yeah, that's kind of what he was told me. He was like, I want you taking ashwagandha
Your fault.
as soon as you can, and at least for a month. And I'm like, okay. So, hmm. So I thought I was handling things pretty well, Yannick. Why not? Okay, so what are we gonna do? What are we talking about? What are we doing?
All right. Let's look at a 12-year-old gated gelding. And this is a gelding that's been, I see every 2 months for the last 2 years, maybe 3.
You see him once a year, you said?
No, every 2 months.
Oh, every 2 months. Okay. Yeah.
And they occasionally shoe him because they ride pretty regularly. But shoes are off for the winter right now. The long-term concern for this horse is stumbling. And my long-term concern for this horse is that out of all the horses in this barn, he is the one that defends himself when I'm working on him. So he's not just going to take his foot away, he's going to take it away a little bit meanly, and he's going to stomp it right next to my foot. I'm going to go to pick up a front leg, he's going to flip his head around to try to bite me. I'm going to feel along his withers, and they're going to be all twitchy. So that's the starting point,
Mm-hmm.
the historical data. And
And
he has been known to stumble down to his knees at the risk of
oof,
de-seating his rider.
oof. Same writer.
Yep,
One
primarily. It's a
primary.
husband-wife team. They both
Okay.
ride, but mostly the husband.
Teeth.
Managed well.
Okay.
In current like consistent work or is it sporadic?
Regular. Yeah, more annual than semi-annual, but annual.
How's his COC1 SSB craniosacral system?
Usually fine.
Wow. Okay.
No major long-term issues with it. Nothing that shows up regularly anyway. So today we have a left vagal, left facial, C4, 5, 6, side bend right, I yelled that time, Kim.
You did? I didn't hear you.
I just muted it. It's handy.
Okay.
C4 and C7, side bending left.
C4 through C7 or just C4,
No,
C7?
just and.
Okay.
TH 17, 18, side bending left. L1, side bending right. L5 and 6, side bending left.
And one side bending right. And what was side bending left?
Oh, 5 and 6.
L5 and 6. Left ilium, dorsal inflare. And both scapulohumerals and adduction. Sacrum right left. Go.
Is he had a rectal?
No.
Has he had constant issues with L5 and 6 with his ileocecal valve and his ilium previously?
Let me pull a file.
I guess I should start doing that. Actually filing mine. Do you file by client or by horse or both?
By client.
Okay. Mine are just all in a big stack.
Yeah, I realize that that's not a good idea due to my being a part of a PMA, they need to be labeled private and they need to be in a container that's lockable.
Oh,
And so if somebody were to come to the house and it was labeled private membership only, and it was a locked file, then it's not out for anybody to rifle through.
Oh, that's good to know. I've got filing cabinets. Just
Yeah. So, I mean, I still have a good 8 inches of filing to get through before I'm at that point, but we're halfway there.
good.
Okay, so I don't have everything filed, like I just said, so we're gonna go back to 18 months ago. So this is not the most recent, but that had side bending right L2 through L6. So not at all the issues that we're seeing today. So C7 on the right is the only thing that's exactly the same
Hmm.
as 18 months ago.
Dang.
Wow.
Does he have a toxicity problem? Have you?
If he does, it's limited to him because the other horses are not showing any of the same signs.
Right. Okay.
So we have eight total horses at this location, and he's the only one that demonstrates
Okay.
this particular stumbling issue,
Mm-hmm.
and definitely the behavior, like when I'm working around him.
Hmm.
More personality, less systemic toxicity.
Well, he has a diaphragm problem, maybe a liver problem, but probably not. Kidney problem on the left side. Diaphragm kidney connection.
I got nothing right now.
Phrenic nerve.
Kim, you asked about disorders and compensation and decompensation. So find me where he's in a compensation or decompensation.
Well, the dorsal inflare with the right left would be a compensatory pattern, wouldn't it?
If they're both up, that's a decompensation.
Yeah, that's decomp.
Oh, I thought if it followed it.
No.
Okay, so that's decomp. Oh, see, that's why I have to study my decomps. I
Yeah.
haven't.
Both scapulohumeral and adduction. Well, one of them is gonna be decomp.
Not necessarily because you don't have a shoulder that they have to follow.
Okay.
If the shoulder is mobile, they're just both oddly. It's
Yeah.
it's an interesting discussion though. Why do we have both shoulders in a deduction
Yeah.
on a horse that exhibits stumbling?
Any side bending left is gonna be a decomp. So most of these are decomp. 17, 18, L5 and 6, C4, C7, left vagal nerve.
Facial nerve.
But COC1 wasn't in disorder, so.
Spleen.
Yep, could be. Yep.
Does he have a gut disbalance?
Based off of this data, I would say it's unlikely. Possible, but unlikely.
Would the gut disbalance theoretically also contribute to like the behavioral from like what you find
Certainly.
usually?
Yeah, sure, certainly.
Could it just be a hormonal thing if he has left vagal and maybe pituitary gland stuff and his kidneys are, well, maybe the segments of his kidneys are excitated. It could just be something that's hormonal with the aggression, and then also
Well, I think this one's a timely one because really this page looks pretty good, right?
Yeah.
There's not a lot on it,
No.
but he's still not as functional as where you'd expect him to get to.
Right. And his craniosacral system's good. So he's fairly vital. That's not causing the behavioral or the vision or equilibrium, I meant.
What does his work look like?
He either has to ride a 2 mile loop or a 6 mile loop in the forest, 4 to 7 times a week.
Boy, I'd like to be doing that 4 to 7 times a week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, really, like I wish I was riding a little 2 or 5 mile loop,
Mhm.
7 mile.
This is my client who's like, he's 80.
Yeah.
And when I met him in February, he said, well, I've ridden 75 times this year.
Yeah.
I was like,
What?
there's not even 75 days in the year yet, dude. He's like, yep, you gotta, when you have 8 horses, you gotta ride a lot every day.
That's
Gotta ride.
I want to be 80 and doing that. Is this your
Mhm.
squirrels in the head?
Oh yeah, squirrels in the head.
Different horse?
Or different horse, yeah.
Yeah.
But so anyway, this horse comes out as it is possible that we're in a burnout
Mm-hmm.
loop.
Oh, that is quite timely. I'll see what
Yeah.
you're saying.
Yeah.
Right? Everything seems to be really pretty good. Shoes are off. He's catching himself most of the time. Like literally.
Yeah.
But what's not working is his thoracolumbar junction, which is actually very painful in that sideman left, sideman right.
hmm
So it could even be a traumatic incident of enforcing the burnout.
Mm-hmm.
And it could just be a
Affecting.
really early start, so we're not seeing a lot of craniosacral shift yet.
Okay.
And then the concern really is that C7 that's remained in place for a good amount of time.
hmm
And with all of the issues that we looked at that, where we are dealing with uh subclavian nerve and artery from that C7 area, that can be,
Gland. That's what I was going to
He
say.
can't pick up and feel his legs.
yeah,
Yep.
he doesn't have enough, he's numb and tingly in the legs.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
So,
Hmm.
but again, he doesn't, without a COC1 problem, there's not a specific organ in dysfunction.
hmm
Mm-hmm.
Without a shoulder disorder, there's not a specific organ in dysfunction, and there's no diaphragm innervation that's responding. And then remember that I said that this is a gaited horse.
Yeah. So things go
So,
differently.
yeah, we're looking for really nuanced non-movement for this to be functional.
Mhm. So you just moved all the sheet? Did you tell him to take a day off?
What?
You just moved all the shit and then did you tell him he needs to have a day off or what did you?
I don't tell that man much of anything. He's put horses on stage 1 when I've told him to. He's called the dentist when I told him to. But they're going to get ridden one of those loops every damn day.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna work on the guy and I'm gonna work on the horse and they're gonna get out together and they're gonna go for either a 2 or a 6 mile loop right now.
Yeah,
So,
got it.
okay. As long as I know that, I will not screw up your craniosacral system as much as I possibly can.
Yeah.
All right. Let's see. All right, ready for another one? How's your sister's run going, Ashley?
Oh, she broke out. She was 2-4.
Dang.
She's
Was
riding someone else's horse, though. She actually, did you guys see the stuff about Kelsey Domer's little girl
Mm-hmm.
that
Yeah,
passed away?
yeah.
Yeah.
Called her and asked if she would take Kelsey's spot, and she had to be in the secretary's office by 5 o'clock that afternoon,
Oh, geez.
and she was in Arizona. So she got on a plane, got there, still didn't have a horse figured out to ride or anything, got a hold of some people, found one to ride, and yesterday she missed. And when she like held her slack up, and the horse did jump sideways. She's like, I love almost falling off on national television. She she's like, sucker must not have ever been missed on before. And then just now he kind of left and she tried to pull and hold and she broke out.
Yeah.
But she'll have another one tomorrow, so.
Good.
So she's out of the average, but there's still room for her in the money. It's good.
Yeah, and I don't know how San Antonio works as far as that, because like Fort Worth was brackets, and it didn't really matter as long as you had like, I don't know, like the average did matter, but like going into things, you still had a pretty solid chance at winning as long as you did good in one of the brackets to move on.
Mhm.
But I don't think San Antonio's that way, so.
Okay, ready for another one?
Mhm.
Sure. I'll be as probably about as helpful on this next one as I was on the last
Kim, put your big girl pants on and focus here.
one. They're on. They're not. Yeah, I'm struggling on the focus
That's
part.
all right.
Talk, my lady.
They
All
won't.
right. We got a yearling mare. Left hind recent injury, but also carrying her head funny.
Do you know what caused the injury?
I would guess she got caught in a fence on the left hind. Like I looked at it and was like, "Oh gosh, what'd she do?" He's like, "Yeah, you're here to look at her head injury." Oh,
Oh,
Okay.
what are we gonna do about the other injury? Oh, maybe I'll give her a shot of something. Okay,
oh.
okay.
Was there like cuts or any hide missing or anything like that?
Yeah, like she should have her freaking antibiotics on board.
Hmm.
Oh,
That's fine. That's a good plan. We should do that now.
yeah.
Um, so right vagal nerve, left temporal bone endo. C1 rotated right. With enlarged muscle right behind it. C3 and C4 and side bending left with extension, severe extension. Also a C5 side bending right. Puffy but mobile on the left knee. Neither tibia is moving at all. Side bending left at TH11. Stiff but mobile L1, 2, 3 on the left. Side bending right L4, 5, 6.
Wow.
Probably a little stressed from her injuries.
Mm-hmm.
Is that it?
Yep.
No sacrum disorder.
Oh, sorry, right, left.
Oh.
It's at the top of my sheet, but I try to tell you at the end because that's when
Yeah.
it makes sense when I'm telling you. Sorry. Right, left, sacrum.
And no iliums,
No, everything else on the legs is great.
except the tibias.
Yeah, she was puffy on the left front at the knee, and she was not moving on either tibia.
Oof.
Yeah. Okay. Bless
Excuse
you.
me. Well, there's just a whole lot of decompensation going on due to trauma. Were they gonna get the stifles checked out? Or just no?
No, he wants me to fix the neck.
The head. Fix the head.
Ashlyn is having me fix the neck. Come on.
Okay. Well, did you fix the head? Did you fix her?
Um, this would have been the second appointment, and so this was actually much improved in the neck. Still, the enlarged muscle indicated there's likely some damage there.
Mm.
Ultrasound would be likely. At this point, I think that the stifles dysfunction was mostly from the proximal injury, proximity to the injury, followed by making up for it on the other leg. So, um, anything else that jumps out as far as, Kim, where are we at with visceral disorders?
Well, all of your lumbar, so you've got pelvic room possibilities, and with her being a young horse, a yearling mare, um,
Could have come from the increased sympathetic from the trauma itself, right?
Yep, could have.
uh-huh. um,
Can you send her for a rectal?
no, nope,
Not yet.
not yet. TH11 Um, might indicate stomach,
But no group lesion, right?
no group lesions, but it innervated there, so
Stress.
So
stress.
do you have enough to be able to send her to a vet if she was old enough?
Head, yes.
Yeah.
X-ray, yeah.
Mhm.
But for a rectal?
No.
No. There's no shoulder indication of a
Mhm.
phrenic issue.
Do you have to have a shoulder even if you have like a C3 and 4?
You have to have indication of a phrenic.
So, but if you have C3 and C4 in disorder,
If the phrenic is affected, isn't going to affect the shoulder.
yes.
So you can have C3, C4 and not have it affect the shoulder. Or not have it affect the phrenic.
Okay.
Right? It depends on whether it's affecting the dorsal or the ventral rami. Which depends on whether the facets are in convergence or divergence, whether it's a right-sided or left-sided issue.
So with an extension, side bending left, would that be what would that be, a dorsal or ventral? I don't know how to tell that actually. Do you?
Yeah, no.
I don't think we've talked about that.
Okay, so if you have a vertebrae, the back one sits on the front one. And so you can see that if you have a side bending to the left gets closer and the right gets further apart.
Right.
Okay, so convergence means get together, divergence means leave. If you have extension, they should have separation. If you have, I'm sorry, if you have flexion, they should go apart, right? So that's divergence. And if you have extension, they should converge, get closer together. So if you have that severe extension and a side bending left, the left one should be closed and the right one should be open.
Extremely.
Extremely
Yeah.
close.
Yeah. So on the right side, you should have all open neurology. And on the left side, you're going to have a limitation on that neurology. Like times 2.
Mm-hmm. So probably both of the dorsal and ventral rami will be affected.
Mm-hmm.
The entire spinal nerve.
Yeah. And on the right side, they should both be wide open.
Right.
So you expect that right leg to be really functional. You expect the left one to be dysfunctional.
Mm-hmm.
Which you got puffy knee. So does that mean it's just early on?
On the left.
Or does that mean that that was part of her falling down and going boom?
Right.
Yeah. And if I remember right, she got stuck in a hay feeder, which is why that whole head got really stuck down into the left.
So you
So, could 11 be a possibility in the future that she could be exhibiting lumbar symptoms?
Mm-hmm. I was thinking lumbar, but I was
Hey
thinking
guys,
12. Hey, Peg.
Oh, hey, Peggy.
how are ya?
Good. Yeah, so it could be, that could be,
Which would be from a trauma.
yeah, which
Trauma.
getting stuck in a hay feeder would be realistic.
Yeah.
Peggy, we're just going through some setups on looking at when we have major compensations or decompensations, and then also if there's enough to do a rectal palpation
Okay.
or what organs are really. So we're just talking through case studies.
Okay.
Probably need to go over that dorsal and ventral rami about being open and closed neurology.
Yeah, I feel like we didn't really talk about neck disorders affecting dorsal and ventral rami.
That doesn't ring the bell, but it doesn't mean we didn't go over it. Just
Right.
thinking like,
Good news, your brains are now functional enough where I can talk about things at that level.
yeah.
And you don't freak out. So bravo.
No, we just,
Hello.
yeah.
No, we're freaking out. Don't worry.
It's one of the things that I was telling Peggy the other day is that I have some students who are inquiring if I would do some study sessions, and I kind of have a fear of saying yes because it's gotten so nice to get to talk to you guys and not have to like go back to all the way to the basics every single time we have a conversation.
I bet that's so
Yeah, I
frustrating.
bet that's so frustrating. Bless you and your
Like,
patience.
Idiot.
So I don't really know if I want to do more of those
Bless you.
kinds of things.
Bless you and your
We need to
patience.
start tutoring after we pass our exams.
There you go.
We can start.
That was something that I was finding was I really enjoy the study sessions that Heaven comes in on because it's good for me to go back to module 1. And then, you're really good about saying, Peggy, what do you have for this? And then, seeing then if Heaven's kind of on the same track or whatever. So I actually really think that's kind of fun.
That is fun.
Well, and Peggy, if you do that, you realize the boys are going to be hunting you down for tutoring sessions all the time.
Okay.
The baby osteopath class, yeah.
I can do that.
I have no
Mhm.
desire to tutor anybody. So
I think it would just be so good to like continue your education and like
Mm-hmm.
Well,
I agree.
sure it would be very good. Doesn't it?
extra money too. Like,
Did I miss the recap of cranial sacral? Did you guys already go through that and I missed it?
You
not really,
missed
we
it.
talk about what we went over. So
Oh, you just mean the class?
yeah, we just
Yeah, like your guys' recap of how it was different and what.
That's fine. I'm going to go check on a doe. You guys fill Peggy in.
Okay.
Yes, please.
Peggy, we are very, 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 very sad that you were not there
yeah.
because it was night and day difference and made everything made like clear, concise. Like, why was it so complicated before?
I'm so glad. Like, that's what I was expecting it. But, financially, it was either, for me, it was either make it to the test or make it to this one, and I'm hoping I can take it again, but I won't get to take it with you guys unless you come back with me.
It was really good.
So tell me what were things that were really strikingly different in the way that Yannick taught it?
The effects of the dura mater and just like the PRM. He wasn't trying to. I feel like Andre made everything so complicated so that way it was hard for us to understand to make him look better.
Mm-hmm.
So Yannick really was just like, this is what it is. It's not woo-woo. It's not this. It's not that. You don't have to be a craniosacral expert to figure it out. So he talked about the connections of the dura and how the PRM affects everything in the body, like everything in the homeostatic circle. And then also the behaviors and how anything in the peripheral system is going to affect the craniosacral system. So literally any disorder that you have, you're automatically going to be affecting your craniosacral system and then automatically going to be affecting your whole metabolic system.
Mm-hmm.
So we talked about that, and that was really, really interesting for me because I was like, well, I can use this on the exam to tie literally every single thing in and put it down every single time for every single question.
Yep.
Oh, I
Reference.
would, if we're all there in person tomorrow, I would love to see that. Like
Yeah.
if you can
Yeah.
step by step through that would be fantastic.
Yeah. And then just like the SSB motions, he didn't make it like complicated at all.
It was so like, oh,
It
this is
was
a lateral
so
strain, this is a
easy.
vertical strain. You can either
Mhm.
do it from the front or you can do it from the side. And I'm like, I'm doing it from the side. Like I wouldn't even
So
practice.
easy,
Just like, here it is. This. Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Oh,
Mhm.
Oh, without all the extra.
And it just helped knowing already, like the TMJ and
Mhm.
cranial nerves and what the heck the foramen lacerum is and the jugular foramen and like stuff like that. It just helped knowing that stuff already.
Yeah.
Good. Good. That's exciting.
Yeah.
There's
Yeah.
hope. There's hope.
I'll send you my kidney. I did a osteopathic importance of the
Are
kidney.
you going to send that to all?
Sure.
Please.
I have not yet to do any of the full osteopathic importance of anything yet.
And I
No.
did it.
No.
I kind of included that in
I haven't
factual
done.
training.
I have not done those.
Well, I'm starting over at like module 1 because, like I said, going back and doing a module 1 with Heaven was
Oh,
really great for me because, and I laughed, like I couldn't stop laughing because I was like, so Heaven, when you've gone through module 13, module 1 will make so much more sense. And that didn't really help her very much, but I was really comforted. So, um, oh, these are beautiful,
yeah.
Cashlyn. They're
Also look
very
at
nice.
my nephron because we learned
Oh,
all about the nephron with Ashley and Yannick.
and
So
Yannick.
look at my nephron because it actually is very important.
The nephron, like when he went back and explained the nephron,
I don't know if it's a perfect answer, but
I was like, oh my God, that is.
and I don't know if it includes everything, but maybe we could look at it tomorrow.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
Yes.
But I'm going anyway, I'm going back and like listening to the recording starting at module 1 and then making notes and trying to fill up a notebook and filling out note cards and whatnot. But I'm kind of overwhelming myself and I'm over it right now, if that makes sense.
Yeah. Yeah, I do. I get that. I need to do that though a little bit. But honestly, Ashley and Yannick were both like worry about the macro stuff. Don't worry so much about the micro stuff right now. Like if you can get the macro and the connections of the body and you're able to kind of tie it all together, you're gonna probably do well.
That you just summed it up very well.
So what is he considering the macro stuff?
Autonomic nervous system, connections of the body. I wrote it down.
Wrote down.
Okay, very good. That's great. So me writing down like 2 note cards full of history probably is unneeded,
Totally unneeded.
unnecessary. Okay. Okay.
Look at the mediastinum, vagal nerve, phrenic nerve. Look at the heart pump blood direction.
Empty, please.
Look at the ribs and sacrum motions with the diaphragm.
Where did you write that down from?
Ashley was telling us. HPA axis.
Oh, maybe that's in my notes already.
Definitely know the HPA
Definitely know
axis.
the H.
100%.
Yeah, know the HP. axis.
Know about the autonomic nervous system.
What's the HPA axis?
Hypothalamus, pituitary, adrenal. Know like each segment what it innervates.
Oh, here it is. I did write it down.
Connections of the diaphragm, TMJ, hyoid, thyroid, C1, C2, principles of osteopathy.
Pillars of osteopathy, and the homeostatic circle.
Basically, she called it exam damage control.
She called it what?
Exam damage control.
Okay.
She said 10% somatic, 90% autonomic.
Okay.
Did you get that?
Yeah. I think about that. Yeah. And obviously the thyroid.
As you were doing that list, I was like, well, so that's all the shit. That's
Yeah,
like
but
all
it's the
the
macro.
shit.
So like when I was asking questions like about some of the like the chemical connections that happen within the kidneys, and we were talking about the sodiums and all that when we were talking with Ashley, and she was like, yeah, like
Who cares?
it does, not that it doesn't matter, but she's like, you don't like, I'm that's very interesting to me, and that's what I told her, like I like it, so I'm gonna put that down because now I have a little better understanding of it, because I asked Yannick again the next day, Yannick, why does salt cause high blood pressure? I want to like, and so he went over it again, and it was like, click, bam, awesome, with the sodium and the chloride and stuff like that. But
ADH and aldosterone.
your ADH and your aldosterone, and it was just very clear to me. But like, if you don't have the sodium, I mean, it's good to know because obviously it plays a part. But like, if you can draw the glomerulus and the um capsule Bowman,
nephron.
the nephron basically, and you kind of can draw that. That explains a lot of it, just being able to draw it, your proximal and your distal and stuff like that, without all of the extra detail. So that's what she meant by the macro, not the micro.
Okay.
I
Okay.
don't take this like as, don't take my drawings and my answer as like don't use it because I don't know if it's 100%.
No, it looks very good.
I don't know if it's 100%, but
Very good.
I was just practicing.
And I like this it looks good, Cashlin. You did good.
Thanks.
It looks really good. And I haven't done, like I said, I have not done a full answer question yet. I haven't done I've done a little piece of this and a little piece of that, but I have not done a full on osteopathic importance of the diaphragm or of the kidney or of the thyroid. I haven't sat down and done any of those questions except for what I did at our last study session when I crammed it in 3 hours beforehand, and so I'm working on that.
Well, and the good news is that it doesn't sound like they're trying to trick you.
Mm-mm.
These
No.
aren't going to be like 1 point. What was the role of Harold McGowan? Oh, you don't remember who Harold McGowan is or where he's at? Peggy is going to get the point because she's been studying what Harold McGowan's been doing, right? But the point isn't that all of you are confused. And we had those on our test. Well, what is the McTrician reflex? Like nobody in our class got that. It's your bladder. I went with eyeball. I knew it was wrong, but like that was the only place I could think of where you had a reflex that might be that. But it wasn't part of what I studied. Now, could I have drawn out how the bladder functions and where you can interrupt it with the neurology? Yes, I could have. And unfortunately, that would have been a better assessment of whether or not I knew osteopathy, right? But and for our test, though, we had some little like single point questions like that, true false questions and whatnot. So you guys aren't gonna have to deal with that. You're gonna have Yannick on your side as you're going through them. So, we're not as concerned about what that's gonna look like.
Mm-hmm. Who is Harold McGowan?
Go back to module 1 and read about him.
Peggy?
Let me look.
I'm not
I
gonna
don't
do
think I wrote down McGowan.
I don't even recognize that name actually.
So if I could make my little pointer finger into a fly, like I could put it.
Why are you
Almost
making
got
me
a seating chart at class.
She needs one here too.
Oh, there was a seating chart at class?
No,
We
they
almost had to make one.
Why?
Because you weren't there to sit next to Kim and keep her reined in.
I'm sorry.
We were like, why does Kim like seem so much better normally? And it's like, well, because Peggy's there and she doesn't instigate anything.
I had Julie on one side and Perry on the other side of me.
Oh,
front row.
he taught cranial osteopathy. Is that right?
Yeah.
Oh, great.
From Scottsbluff, Nebraska, guys.
Wow, that's pretty cool.
The
Yay.
Western
Oh,
feller.
that's pretty cool.
Defined and taught the PRM
Wow.
clearly.
That's pretty cool.
That's pretty good.
Pretty good.
Oh, that's pretty good. Peggy, I will tell you that Yannick saved a woman's life at class.
Really?
But we'll tell you about that more tomorrow. Like literally, like one of the mothers of one of the students.
What?
If you don't think cranial sacral CV4s work, you should have been there at class. You would have seen it.
You might as well just tell her the story now.
I was gonna say now I can't think of anything else, so just go ahead and tell me.
So one of the mothers, who has some other medical issues, her daughter's her caretaker, and she's in class there. And during one of the breaks, we were all at the barn and we took a break. And the girl went up to help her mom come in to use the bathroom from the car. And there was some other students in there waiting in line to use the bathroom. And the mother said, "Oh my God, I'm dying, I'm dying." And she collapsed. and she was totally unresponsive. And Kristen Trotes from Canada came down and got Yannick. And when Yannick got up there, she had no pulse. Her pupils were completely constricted, totally unresponsive. And he did a CV4 on her. And she came back and he held the CV4 until like the ambulance got there. But she was back aware and talking again. And when they got to the hospital with all the tests and the blood works and the MRIs and the whatever scans and the da 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 da, the doctors kept telling her daughter, "We don't understand what's going on here. She should be dead." Like all of the things we don't understand how she's still alive.
Oh my word.
And
That's
telling her
scary.
daughter, "I want to go home now. Let's go home." And her daughter's like, "No, you're staying here," you know. Yeah.
Oh my
Yeah,
gosh.
it was pretty fascinating. So,
I'll bet,
like I
yeah,
said,
that,
We
I'll
didn't.
bet that
Excuse
kind
me.
of riled up the class for the rest of the day.
we didn't hear well, it was towards the end of the afternoon when we were in the barn. We didn't hear the ambulance or anything. We didn't even know it happened until after. We're like, "What?"
Oh no.
Yeah,
Goodness.
yeah, it was pretty.
Mhm.
And Kristen was pretty shook too.
Mhm.
Yannick was too, but yeah. So anyway, yeah,
How
Anyway.
there you go. So craniosacral works. CV4s.
bad.
They don't just keep horses alive after they've been euthanized. Like
Yeah.
it resets the whole system.
Wow. That's ridiculous. That's way cool.
Mhm.
Mm. Mhm.
All right, we're ready for another one.
Mhm.
And what are we doing? Sorry.
Case study.
Case studies.
Case studies. Got it. Got it.
Making these connections between what's going on in the body and the concerns that we have and the next steps that we need to be dealing with. 12-year-old horse, gelding, has had gelding scar, rectal palpation, and gelding scars released before. At one point, she just did kissing spine x-rays for the fun of it. And one of the prominent kissing spine surgeons up here said that these are the second worst that he's ever seen. And she refused to do surgery because he's never shown any symptoms of kissing spine behaviors. That makes him one of my favorite horses to work on because we are anti-kissing spine surgery with this one.
Yes. What vertebrae are those that usually are kissing spine?
I've seen everything from TH9 back
Oh,
counted as kissing spine.
I thought they were more between the like lower or mid thorax, like, or I guess like 16, 17, 18.
You're not wrong. I
Um,
don't, you're not wrong.
I just didn't that was something that I just realized I was not clear on. Could they be any of the thoracic
Any
um
interference between the dorsal process
process?
of the thoracic lumbar spine.
So then the withers being broken and stuff, that doesn't count as, like, when they're flattened, that doesn't count as kissing spine?
Well, usually they don't see the bucking while saddling as a result of broken withers.
Mm.
Mm.
Except for that one, but that was kind of like curled over withers.
Yeah.
Like they're flat and curled over, right?
Yes.
Yeah, and that was bucking
I
under
mean,
that.
that is kissing spine,
Yeah.
right? That is the definition of kissing spine.
Yeah.
The tops of the dorsal
Or
sections are interfering.
uh-huh.
But in that particular horse, I was careful not to call it kissing spine because they would have just done a $5,000 surgery on her withers and then been annoyed that she wasn't performance sound and at the futurities winning stuff.
Right.
Well, that just helps me out. Like I said, I honestly, in my head, thought it was had to be a certain set to be called, and it can be any of the thoracic, the
If
dorsal,
you look at what the definition is, it can be any of them.
any of them. Okay. Okay. Thank you. Carry on. Thank you for that
Um,
clarification.
It's a primarily thoracic spine. Primarily.
Primarily. Could be lumbar as well.
That's a nice term. Primarily.
Yes.
I mean, what it is an overriding dorsal spinous process. That's it. So it can be anywhere. When it makes sense to me is when you have a horse that has a severe sway back,
Mhm.
right? That horse makes sense to me. All of those facets are in an extension, and that so now you have this possibility where they're gonna cross over. Now, if you have a trauma, like Peggy's saying on the withers, and they're all on one side and they're interfering like that, that's possible. That could be a kissing spine situation. But the possibilities of what we're talking about for why it's painful, you have all sorts of neurological connections and blood flow. Right, Peggy? That beautiful picture that we saw, that was module 1, right?
I believe so, yes.
Yannick, was interesting. He discussed kissing spine because one of the horses that he worked on was possible kissing spine. And one of the mobilizations that he had that I thought was interesting, I hadn't heard before, was doing a tail pull and getting the release up to the kissing spine segment, or the kissing spine segment. I use that term, and then having someone else stimulate the belly with sticks, or coming down over the sacrum, coming down over the hip to get them to flex up while pulling on the tail. So it takes two people, but I thought that was I had not heard that mobilization, or I thought, oh,
Beautiful.
I think it's one of those things that fell through the cracks because Bailey was telling me about that one because I ran a horse across a horse that had kissing spine, and she's like, "Oh, I'll send you know how to mobilize it, right?" And I'm like, "No," and she's like, "Oh, I'll send you a video, no big deal." And she's like, "You basically just lift up the belly and then mobilize it," and I was like, "Oh, okay." And she's like, "Injections are helpful in there too if they're super painful," and it was like, I was like, I have no recollection.
yeah, I didn't either. So he talked about that. So
Okay. So these are module 4, I think. But you have the vertebral, this is the cross section at the actual vertebra. And so the top line there, you have nerves that go to the spinous process and the intraspinous ligament. So you have nerves up there in the actual dorsal process. You have a nerve to the articular capsule. You have nerves to the yellow ligament, to the posterior primary rami, the posterior longitudinal ligament, the nerve to the vertebral body, the anterior longitudinal ligament and nerve, and the sinovertebral nerve to the vertebral body. So just in case we didn't have enough nerves and ramis to worry about, this relates really in depth to kissing spine. And you guys have this in, it says slide 39, biomechanics of the spine, module 4, maybe?
okay.
Biomechanics of
Yeah,
spine.
right.
39, you said?
Oh, sorry, spine osteology.
Oh.
About module 4.
It's anatomy of the spine.
Okay, there it is. What's
Is that module 4?
I think module 4,
4.
possibly 5.
I found it
Okay.
in 4.
Yeah.
And 4, and it's
So the
31.
importance of this then is what?
there we go.
So in this discussion about kissing spine, we haven't really discussed these additional nerves,
Mhm.
right? We haven't really covered this, but this is why when somebody says, let's just cut off the dorsal spinal process, and they'll hand you a bucket of bone chips, or we'll just cut the intraspinous ligament.
Yep.
What?
I don't, it's a little
They
tough.
would be in the upright freezer, and I can't do that right now.
Okay, so if we're just gonna start chopping things off, like the spinous process,
Mhm.
there's actually some other damage that we're doing that the veterinarians are deciding are acceptable collateral damage. Ashley, your phone is being creepy.
Oh, it follows you.
Just
My tablet does that
following
too.
you.
Sorry.
No, don't. You're fine. You're not being creepy, just your phone.
I don't know. She's kind of, a little sketch.
So then check your next one.
Hold
Yep.
on one second.
Yeah, the spinal
So
nerve.
this is we're looking at it from the top now instead of from the cross section.
Oh, very strange.
So now we have where we can see the spinal nerve coming out, where we can see the ganglion. So when they say anterior, that's your ventral primary ramus. And posterior would be your dorsal root. So there's a whole bunch of extra neurological function that is very closely related, not just to the disc space in between and not just to the segmental innervation within the dura mater, but all along there you have all these small nerves that are being affected. So then we have a horse that is bucking when we put a saddle on him. And the first thing we're going to look for in modern medicine is whether he has kissing spine.
Mm-hmm.
And if you do a quick Google search, you can get a really nice image of just what kissing spine x-rays look like.
Got it.
So my first AI picture shows an x-ray with a circle of what those
Yep.
look like. You get it?
Yep. On thehorse.com.
Yep.
Yep. And that looks like that's like 12, probably. 11, 12, 12, 13, 12, 13, maybe. I don't know. Just looking at the way the other ones are coming up, like into the withers. Excuse me.
I don't even know what part of the body that is. The part that I have is not a good measurement.
Oh,
It's just the shortest ventral processes.
like this is
That's thoracic. Yeah, that's exactly the one that I'm looking at, but
Oh.
I would say that that's actually more
more thoracic.
into the lumbars there. Because we're at the switch between the two directions.
Oh, I guess we are, aren't we? Just
Thoracolumbar.
yeah. Okay.
So, okay, so that's the backup story for this. This horse has been diagnosed with the second worst x-rays of any horse. Definitely has kissing spine. The first time I handled him, he was a total basket case. And she listened to me. I mean, I had to work that high sympathetic base activity. I had to work to get hands on this horse. And um I said he has to be on chlorella. He has to be on stage 1, and she did it. Because he wasn't showing any bucking responses, he was just showing stress responses the very first time.
So what did you just energy test him for chlorella in stage 1, or what were you seeing that led to that?
Well, he had a liver. I mean, his liver was totally dysfunctional. He was sun bleached and funny colors. He was clearly high sympathetic base activity level. All of those things just said that that's the direction that he needed to go, just to reduce stress levels. So when I saw this horse a spring ago, so 1 year ago, she had been running him in barrels and he had been tipping second, which was unusual to him. That was his second barrel. And unfortunately, I had not beat her visit to the vet that year. So 7 days before I was there, he had back injections in an attempt to stave off the kissing spine, because maybe that was what was causing the barrel tipping. So 7 days. He had left all 4, vagal, glossopharyngeal, facial, COC1. He had right facial. Left disc in front of the condyle. Side bending left, C4 to C6. And grouchy about it. TH10, side bending left.
Oh.
TH12 through 18, side bending right.
Did I miss which sections they considered to be kissing for him?
I don't have it written down anymore. It would have been from a while ago.
Okay.
Shockingly, I believe that it matches with TH12 to 18.
Shockingly. Shocking.
Side bending left, L5, L6. Sacrum bilateral counter nutation. Hind legs, good. Left shoulder down slip flexion. Right accessory superior. You have fries?
We have potatoes and we have no frying.
I can't help you right now. If this is something that you can do, that's fine with me. If it's not, I don't want you to do it. Okay. How do you feel about this assessment?
Does he have a ton bar?
Maybe.
Well, We don't have, we don't have, enough to recommend a rectal. Is that correct?
Not yet. But
Not
with
yet.
the spinal nerve of COC1, eventually that's gonna cause a COC1 disorder, isn't it?
Oh yeah, I forgot about the COC1 up there. I didn't have that.
Capitis
Yeah.
major and minor.
There's no mechanical disorder COC1, but we have the neurological disorder from the ear on the right.
Sorry, I forgot about that. I just had all
Okay.
four. Yep,
That's okay.
when I was looking.
So will that eventually cause a mechanical then, or is that just something that's like excitated causing?
Or is it enough?
Yeah.
Right? This is kind of your question about phrenic nerve. Is C3, C4, C5 enough?
Right.
Or do we have to have that shoulder disorder?
Right.
Well, we do have shoulder disorder.
In this horse, we do have a shoulder disorder.
Yeah. So
Smashing one.
Smashing one. So we've got the shoulder disorder. We got TH12 through 18. So we got our grouping.
Sacrum disorder.
And a sacrum disorder, and we've got C4 through 6 with a neurological
and shoulders.
and
But is the side bending right from a visceral disorder? Or is it from the injections?
Yep.
Have we pissed off the capsula?
Uh-huh. Well, that's
I'm sure we have. I mean, I'm sure
gonna be
I'm sure we have.
Here's the big question. Do we have a reason for the horse to be tipping left barrels?
Oh, I didn't know I was gonna ask you which one. Because you just said
First rib.
second barrel. I'm like, well, which one do they go first?
Yeah, left or first rib's fine, but do we have a reason for tipping the left barrel?
Yeah, well, his jaw and all of his cranial nerves, and he's
His-
pissed, and
His left shoulder.
We have on sacrum.
Counter nutation,
Williams.
fine. Hind leg is fine.
So yeah, I mean, yes, he could be skipping it. I mean, tipping it because he does not feel good. He is in pain.
Okay, correct me if I'm wrong on this, but this is the visual I'm getting, kind of like the bridge drawing, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like these are the posts.
Yep.
So technically, a kissing spine would be like this.
Yep.
So whatever has to be going on. So like technically, the sacrum takes care of this on one end, and then like between the jaw.
If the sacrum's in counter nutation, it's actually pulling the opposite way.
Oh, you said nutation. Sorry.
That's okay. I think 3 of us answered you at the same time. Counter nutation. That's a really good example of visual to be looking at. It's part of why I don't think that this horse does not continue to have a regular nutation disorder. So I don't think that he has a kissing spine because we don't fall into that pattern on a regular basis.
So is it the rider or like a saddle thing?
No, I think that with this left shoulder and counter nutation, I think we have enough to, in the jaw, that we have enough to implicate a traumatic event.
Mm-hmm.
Say that again with the shoulder and the jaw.
And the counter nutation of the sacrum.
Yep. Oh, yes. Oh, 5 and 6 and a side bending left as well.
And how cranky he was at the side bending left of the low neck.
Mm-hmm. So if the disc is in front of the condyle on the left,
Mm-hmm.
it's in the disc is in descending.
If the disc is in front of the condyle, wouldn't the jaw be descending?
The jaw is ascending.
The jaw be ascending.
The condyle is in front of the disc?
Yeah, she said disc was in front of the condyle. So it should be descending, but it's not.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
I keep getting like,
Yes.
he always says this, or he always says like condyle in front of, yeah.
Yes, he
Yeah.
says it both ways
Both
frequently.
ways.
Yes.
It's backwards. So yeah, if the disc is sitting in front of the condyle,
It's ascending.
it's
An
the
ascending jaw.
the condyle is ascending. Yep.
The jaws, yeah.
So the head and the neck want to go left. The shoulder is dropped. The counter nutation has his hind legs running underneath of him, and then his back is stuck in a side bending right to try to keep everything straight.
Yep.
It just has no balance. Like he's like a tea kettle that's completely unproportionate, and he can't hold himself up to keep himself out the barrels.
Yep. He's trying,
Yeah.
but because he has this old minor diagnosis, they're going to keep referring back to it and deciding that that's how we're going to treat things.
It's because the kissing's fun.
Mhm.
So this was something helpful that I saw when Ashley was doing on the whiteboard when Yannick was working on horses, and I've just been doing it when you've been reading it out, and I thought I'm going to do more of this. I might even set up my sheet. So see if I can get there. So see the
Mhm.
circle with the arrow
Yep.
and writing out what the disorders are, just listing the ones that are there.
Yep.
Mhm.
Sure gives you a really good visual, and it was really easy. Of course, they had the big whiteboard up there, so he could just glance and see, okay, what's next, and then bam, 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 make those corrections. We don't have whiteboards to carry around with us, but that really helps me with visualizing what's going on, you know.
Mhm.
Okay, any more questions about this guy?
So you're just going to make it move. We think it's a trauma
Yep.
that has occurred.
Yep. And we're not out of the inflammation period from the
Right.
injections.
From the
Right. So would you move those then?
I would, because I'm not going to be there for 2 months,
Right.
and the horse is on the performance track.
Yeah.
But we're also going to have a conversation about anti-inflammatories, how much time he needs off to recover from the injection, and me.
Okay.
And even though there's maybe not enough data to suggest a rectal, we're going to have a candid conversation about that as a next point, just so that in the future, when it comes up and they're like, oh, it's time to take the horse to the vet for the semi-annual check-in, then we start thinking, oh, let's go to the one that can do a rectal palpation rather than the one that's going to inject everything.
Yep.
Right.
Yep.
Because I have veterinarians who will work with me on this, who will not be offended if the answer is everything's normal. And the client will not be offended if we say everything's normal. That's super important.
Yeah.
If you have a client or a new client or a veterinarian or a new veterinarian and they have to have an answer, this horse is not one that goes to the veterinarian. But if it's one where we're working with a repeat client and we're working with a repeat veterinarian, then we can say, hey, this one, we just need to rule some things out because she's been having issues with him.
What am I missing for possible L4 deworming?
Nothing between TH18 and L4 is disrupted.
Okay. Okay.
He's probably gone through it 2 times as well.
Oh, okay. I didn't know. I was just looking at
Yeah. It's got to be more, and it's got to be more in the lumbar side
more
of
the
it.
lumbar.
It can go that high, but usually you look TH16 through L6.
It doesn't have to be both sides though.
Almost never.
Almost never is both sides. Okay.
But it needs to be on one side, that whole grouping.
Yep.
Can you do one more?
Sure.
I see your brains are starting to get tired.
Yes.
I'm listening. I'm just not in
You're
camera
fine.
view.
No, you're fine. Okay. Hi, buddy.
Hey y'all.
Say hi to everybody.
Hey, bud.
Hey, buddy.
Hey.
Are you guys making fries? You know how to make fries? Well, we're gonna find out.
Have enough force, but two we tried to make. Well, so we got one. We're gonna make another, but we tried and two potatoes fell in, so we had to just do one more. And we almost forgot to wash it. So it was
Complicated.
terrible.
Okay, terrible.
Oh, evil.
There may be fries, but they're gonna be evil fries. I got it. Okay. Seven-year-old gelding. Makes it to barrel racing circuit finals on a regular basis. He's got a couple of bone spurs, pastern, coffin. So he's been injected both fronts. But they can manage it usually with a regular trim schedule. This is a horse that's seen by a couple of osteopaths because of her schedule. And the thing that happens that she can tell when there's an issue is he starts dropping grain. So he's on like a 4 to 5 month dental schedule because his TMJ and teeth were so awful. So to start with. He's also had to have his palate and pterygoids adjusted regularly.
Is that the trident?
What do you mean by that?
Mm,
Familiar with
we
the term?
we briefly went over it, but it's like you go in like where they're basically choking on your hand and you release, I think, the pterygoids and someone's pulling on the tail to release the dura mater.
Oh.
And you do the palate too or something like that.
Yeah, the pterygoids are the muscle. There's a bony part and a muscle part that's along either side on the inside of the teeth. And then the palate is the center part. So potentially, I don't know that I have seen it with adjusting from the tail side as well. But yes, you're definitely up in his business.
Is that something that you've done? Or
I'll do the pterygoid portion. That's fine.
the
Um,
muscle part?
The what?
The muscle part?
Oh yeah. Yeah. It's
But
part
not-
of what Barb does on my children, so I have more practice with children than I do. Just a second.
Guys, this stuff, it's like little packets.
Look at you. Yep.
So good. You can get it at Sam's.
What do you like about it?
It's just yummy and it's bone broth, so you don't have to have the other things. And it's bone broth powder, bovine collagen, and then has like some like onion powder, mushroom powder, that kind of stuff.
Peggy, one of the things that you missed at class last week was we all got sick.
Oh, I'm
I mean, I
sorry.
brought it. Pretty sure they got these two girls sick. I wasn't intending to do that. That was not the gift I was going to give them, but it didn't hit me till the airplane ride
Oh gosh.
down. So anyway, it was
Ashton and I were old and strong, and then we both went down at the same time. And
Brutal.
this time, so Cashin and I can officially call ourselves college roommates because we shared a room that had like built-in nightstands and little twin beds. And so and Cashin had slept on the couch the last 2 nights because we were both wheezing and sick.
often. Yeah.
Yikes.
Yeah.
So bone broth helps with that then? Is that what we're
Oh,
deciding?
yeah. Bone broth.
Just feels good. It's nourishing.
Good.
Okay, back to this feller. TMJ closed with the disc in front of the condyle on both sides.
Ooh.
So is that like a compression and a like a maybe a
Articulate.
double ascending? Can you have an ascending and compression, or is it just
Compression I mean, I think compression is more the open and closed part of it for my language. Um, but yeah, you can have both. But like when you feel on it, there's no space. And then when you feel for where the disc is in front. And so you're just completely limiting all the space options there. So really, the fact that he had no cranial nerve dysfunction is kind of crazy.
Oh.
Interesting. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
And I also wrote down limited lateral motion
Hmm.
in the jaw. That's
Okay.
crazy.
Not hard to understand.
Not hard to understand at all, no. All right, so C3, C4, C5 on the left. Side bending left.
Side bending. Okay.
Yeah. C4, side bending right. Right shoulder flexion. Left accessory superior. Both sides rib 8. Side bending left, TH8. Side bending right, 9 through 10 and 12 through 16. Side bending left, L3 through 6. Sacrum counter nutation. That's it.
Hind limbs okay.
Oh, right shoulder flexion, left accessory bone.
Yeah.
Hind legs are fine.
Okay. Mhm.
And he runs like a son of a gun.
Sounds like I son of a gun.
Sounds like a
No problem.
No COC1, huh?
No COC1 again.
But so you said that
which is interesting with the TMJ.
she knows the problems is when he starts dropping grain.
Yeah.
What problems does she notice in addition to that?
That's all. That's the thing that's
That's the
Just
thing.
dropping grain. Okay. Well, I mean, with the TMJ closed on both sides, that would.
Yeah,
yeah.
that's interesting why there's no C1. There wouldn't, I mean, interesting there's no C1 with the TMJ both sides being ascending,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
not interfering with
But
C1.
Very
there's
functional.
an important component to that though, Kim.
Okay.
Every time we have a change at the level of the neurology, it can go hyper, which is what we are trained to look for.
Oh.
But it can also go
Oh,
hypo,
which is when it
and
doesn't.
he's not responding to any cranial nerves,
Yeah. Yep.
a good thing?
right? He's just in a numb state of just got done at the dentist's office. Let's go rule the world.
Do you think he stays in that state because he loves his job? Like he keeps himself in a constant sympathetic a little
No,
bit?
This was an unusual this is an unusual calm for him. He's more like a tornado, an asshole tornado most of the time.
A lot of them are.
Yeah. But he does love his job. He does love to go run. That part of it's true. Which when you have a bone spur on both front legs, but you have this, I mean, he's not that old, and you have this repetitive issue with his palate, pterygoid, TMJ, and teeth. And until we really get this fully balanced between the dentists and the osteopaths, where he can do some maintaining of it on his own, or is there something else that's causing what's going on where it keeps coming back? Is it a different cybernetic circle that we need to hit on?
So my brain went to the what do we call them, like the levers with the TMJ and the dura mater being both up. So this is being pulled, sorry, head,
Yeah.
TMJ being pulled this way. And I don't know that I have a conclusion yet, but that's just where my
We'll
brain
put them back in the oven. Finish cooking them.
like
I think he just has such extreme teeth and stuff disorders that his digestion is not properly functioning, and that's where all the, left and right rib 8 and TH8s had been left, and TH9 through 10s had been right, and TH12 through 16. I mean, you're looking at stomach and small intestines, and then you also have some large intestine stuff on the left side, so and a sacrum. So all in all, I feel like his problem really is just in the mouth, causing it.
Is this
And would
one of
that
the
be-
ones?
Go ahead.
Oh,
Go ahead.
is this one of the ones that you would check, like the synchrone, asynchrone of the teeth themselves?
That would be a possibility. Yeah.
Like, I know that'd be a lot, but I don't know what situations you'd use that other than just talking about,
He has enough dental issues that, yeah, that would certainly be a possibility.
But with the dental being tied to the front feet,
and your
the bone spurs be the chronic problems he's having with his front feet, even though they're managed with a trim schedule, would that be related to the chronic teeth problems that he's having as
Sure.
well?
Sure. And that could be one of the cycles that he's going to continue on.
Right.
So how do we manage something like bone spurs?
But you said he's getting injected and they're managing with a trim schedule, but I don't know what we would do for bone spurs.
Homeostatic circle.
alkalinity, get your pH balance.
Yeah. Yeah.
Keep him out of the acidosis levels.
Has too much building up. He's
Not break.
Which we have to do because not really. Because he's already having so many digestive issues that he's not doing a good job of buffering in his digestive tract. But what are you going to supplement him with?
oil and baking soda.
No,
Rice
it's not so much we don't need to change his pH at the level of his stomach. We got to change it in the body system.
Clean up his feed.
Kidneys, stage 1.
We got one magic answer for this. What takes out the CO2 by feeding it? Chlorella.
Chlorella?
Chlorella.
Oh,
Chlorella
I thought I heard Ashley say chlorella and you said no. And I was like, oh, okay. So I
You
must
said
not.
baking soda.
I heard baking
Oh.
soda.
Well, I heard, but yeah, I guess I was like, no chlorella? What? That's what I was like.
Yes, chlorella.
Okay,
Yeah.
yes.
What do you
Sorry,
do
if
with a
that's what
horse
you
that
said.
What do you do with a horse that won't eat chlorella? I mean, like, no,
You
nothing.
can encapsulate it. You can
Okay.
switch to the powder and mix it in with applesauce or molasses.
Okay. I thought we didn't like molasses.
If you're trying to get chlorella down the system, I'd try a lot of things. Applesauce, carrot puree, whatever that horse wants to eat, that's what you mix it up in.
Okay. Be right back. I've got my very last sports parent night tonight, you guys. I'm kind of sad, but not, I mean, Clancy's not sad, so there's no reason for me to be sad. But I need to check and see when David wants to leave. I'll be right
Peggy,
back.
that means you're just that much closer to your retirement of coffee and goats.
Yay.
Yeah.
Yay.
She was saying that you guys stay at, or that everybody's Airbnbs always have such nice coffee bars that Peggy needs to move so she can have a coffee bar.
Yeah, I do. Or build on, like make an addition onto my house just for a coffee bar and goats.
And goats.
And
The
goats.
Cash and Ash coffee bars, they build those.
Yeah, she needs to go to one of those
They're
goat coffee shops with the goat yoga and
Yeah.
the coffee.
that's the Cash and Ash
That's what
baristas.
they need. Oh,
Okay, Kim, are these have these been helpful in your discussion of how we're looking at organs?
Yes.
More of what for the rest of the week? What direction does it need to go?
I don't really know.
Okay. That's fine. I just want to make sure that I'm on the right track for
Yeah,
this.
no, this is very helpful because yeah, just like what we were talking about. Oh, no CO. Oh, no COC1. Oh, you know, um, real case scenarios. What are we finding?
I don't know, which I was gonna ask. So, and Kim, I feel like this could be helpful for you too, because it was helpful for me, but I need to do a lot more of it. But the write-ups of like the osteopathic importance of the diaphragm or whatever, XYZ, like it helps to see all the connections on paper, and then you're like, oh, okay. But is like getting better at that in general, like is that just knowing the anatomy and the neurology and everything better, or like what would you recommend, Francis?
Um, I find it really helpful, like Kim, when you say, "Hey, I looked at it this way, and that makes a lot more sense to me." So interestingly enough, the way that I wrote mine, I envision it based off of exactly the way that you're talking about. That's how I wrote it. So I can look straight down the spine. I can figure out which side I'm on. I can, be the horse or whatever. But for me, the biggest part was figuring out how to put myself in that body shape.
Yeah.
Peggy and I were talking about compensations and decompensations. And so we were talking about, she has a note that says ilium ventral outflare. All leg joints will be in flexion. True or false? Real easy if you put yourself in that position.
Yeah.
If you stand up, bend over like you're a horse.
Yep.
Put yourself in a ventral outflare, and then look at what happens to that leg. They all have to bend. Because your pelvis is rotating further closer to the floor.
Yeah. Oh, I see. Yeah.
Okay.
So
You've got to have those flex. So that's true. That's compensation pattern. So if you train yourself to recognize, okay, I need to be able to stand like this. What does a sacrum do? Okay, if the sacrum is doing this, right? My back is here rather than here. So anything that I find in a flexion is now a decompensation. That's so helpful when you're at your test because you get to take your body to the test.
Yeah.
Which is like super handy. So you can sit there and think, okay, if I do this, okay, the response is going to be a side bend to the right, which means that my neck should side bend left so that my eyes can stay level. So if I find the neck and side bend the other direction, those are going to be decompensations. So anytime you have the ability to go through those and write them out and then translate them into what your body can do.
Mhm.
Like osteopathy became so fun when I got to start doing that. Because then you get to have the conversation with the clients where you're like, oh, when he goes around the barrel, it's like he can't reach out far enough with the left front leg. Oh my gosh, yes! That's exactly how he runs. Look at the picture. Yeah, okay. That's because of these things. That's why he's hitting that left barrel. Because you're using your body to identify how the horse has to use their body, which gives you that data. So figuring out, yes, writing it down, being really just super clear about things like sacrum does this, ilium has to do this. That has to be what they're going to do.
And that's some of where that is um where I need to speed up. It's not, you know, I don't, yeah, that's where it's like, okay, yeah, I can do that. It just takes me a little longer. My answer is not this. Hold
Yeah.
on, I have to think through this.
Yeah.
Let me think through the body. And it's not just, oh, there.
Yeah. And some of those is just repetition. I was doing math problems with the kids, and it's funny to see the things that stick with you over time. I can always count to 7 or to 15 and 31 because I played cribbage
Mhm.
a lot. And every time you look at your hand, you figure out how to turn those numbers into 15 or when you're counting to 31. And so you're constantly doing math with those little numbers and figuring it out. So the same is true when you're like, okay, I have to be able to hold a conversation with a client, make my notes, assess things as an osteopath as they're giving me new information or asking me what my findings are, and I have to listen to what my hands are doing. So when I decided that for my sacrum testing, if I use my right hand to test that sacrum,
Mhm.
the first word is right. And if it goes down, you use the same letter. That's a right.
Yep.
So then I can hold my hand in that position after testing it, maintain the conversation, get over to my notes and
Mhm.
write down right, because it's always going to be a right.
Yep.
So for me, it became about using my body in a kinesthetic way to give information as much as possible to help my brain jump forward,
Mhm.
to go faster. And when you're treating, anytime that you run into a decompensation, that is a pain point. So those are the ones that you can go in and make one change on,
Mhm.
maybe out of order, maybe before you've done the whole rest of the horse, so that you can do the whole rest of the horse.
Mhm.
So,
This was very helpful. Cashlyn, what else was on your list for tomorrow or later in the week?
so I've got more connections of the body,
Yeah.
autonomic nervous system, cranial nerves, thyroid, hyaloid, TMJ, OAA, motor versus sensoric, and visceral problems.
Yeah. Will you send us that list that you sent her? No, you typed it out the other day. Please.
All the goats that have kidded so far have kidded between 1 and 3.
Yay.
So we got 2 in the pen right now. We'll see if they kid before their 3 o'clock deadline.
Yeah. Well, that's kind of nice of them to time that out like that. That's a nice time of the day.
Yeah, totally fine with that.
Mm-hmm.
So, I would say, on cranial nerves, what kind of things do you feel like you're lacking in?
I think I just need to figure it out myself. Like,
Okay.
I don't think that's even maybe something that we need to go over.
Okay.
Just
I'm
yeah,
with you
I
on
just
that. I need to.
I need to practice knowing like which ones are which modality for each cranial nerve
Yeah, like you had given us our list,
and
but I
which
haven't.
pathway and which nucleus.
Can I send that chart? And Francis, will you look over it? I have like a chart of like the cranial nerve stuff
Yeah,
and
you
like
have
where
to
they run, and I just